We're on to chapter 8 today, and it's just talking about community, talking about how to enjoy money. The whole book is about moving from earning and spending to a place where we earn money, we grow the money, and we enjoy the money. It's just that place where we move from being servants to money to a place where we move to a place of being masters of money. It's all about changing position rather than working for money. We want to be in a place where money is working for us, rather than seeing money as a tyranny, as a master. We need to see it as a slave, as a servant, as something we can send an errand to work for us. That's the whole idea of the book, and we're just taking it piece by piece. What you see us repeating over time is, instead of just being a place where I earn and spend money, rather I move to a place where I earn money, I grow the money, and I enjoy the money, right? That's what financial empowerment is all about. It's changing that position from being a slave of money to being a master of money, from being in the rat race to being in the enthronement position that we're created for. It's having dominion as we're commanded and blessed and ordained to be by God. All right. So Matthew starts each of our chapter with a quote, and typically they're Egyptian proverbs because she has an Egyptian heritage. Her family immigrated to Canada, so she's a Canadian today, but their heritage is Egypt, and that goes back to the title of the book, because people seem to say that she comes from a lineage of Cleopatra, so that's why she takes that as the title of the book. But it's just about just everyone understanding themselves such that you can live from inside out rather than living from outside in. We're created to live from inside out. When God created man, he called man a living soul, a living soul, a living soul. God breathed into that man he created. He put life on the inside of that man. It's that life that makes man to live, right? Man does not live from outside. He lives from inside out. Jesus Christ comes and even gives more life to that by saying that the first Adam was a living soul, but the last Adam is a life-giving spirit. It's a life-giving spirit. It's a life-giving spirit. When we retain our place and come to the place of our creation to the living soul, the next step for us is to be a life-giving spirit, causing that life that's in us to influence other people, bless other people to the glory of God. That is when living is. That's what abundant life is all about. Abundant life is not about displaying wealth, usurping authority and showing you what you're not. It's all about coming to the place of our creation, becoming a living soul, a living soul. And from that place of a living soul, become a life-giving spirit. That is where you have an abundant life. That is what prosperity is. Prosperity is being in the midst or in the flow of all that is good, so that you can receive it and give it also. You receive and you give it also. You are a blessing to your environment. You are a blessing both to yourself and to other people, right? That's what prosperity is. It's not about how many cars you have or the type of car you have. It's that you are living the essence of your creation, And so the Egyptian proverb just says, poverty does not rule over him who controls himself in expenditure. It says the way to have mastery over poverty, the way to overcome poverty is to control your expenditure, is to ensure that that which you spend does not exceed that which you make. That's what is called saving. That's an essential factor in prosperity. It's an essential factor in success. Nobody will succeed. Nobody will prosper where they spend either equal to what they make or more than what they make, right? And That is not true, right? You don't get to a place where you spend everything you make, right? Everything you make is not seed. Everything you make is not bread. There's bread, there's seed. There's bread for eating, there's seed for sowing. Anybody that sees all he makes as bread will not prosper. Anybody that sees all he makes as seed will not prosper, right? Life is about balance. It's about understanding the principles of life and living and walking it. It's no sentiment, right? There's no sentiment to life. Life is about understanding, having wisdom and walking therewith. So that's why the Bible will tell us that wisdom is the principal thing. Wisdom is a principal thing. And in all you're getting, get understanding. Be able to dissipate things, break things down, so you know how to carry yourself, how to relate with yourself and with other people. And that's what Solomon was asking also. Solomon's seeing the enormity of what it meant to rule a kingdom. Said, God, give me a large heart. Give me a large heart. Give me a heart that's able to take in all that I will face ruling your people. Be able to break it down, be able to understand them, be able to understand the issues of life, be able to understand the principles of life, be able to understand the laws that rule life so that I can rule now right. I will not walk as one without wisdom, without direction, right? That's what God calls wisdom, right? So if you're going to win in this life, you must understand that everything that comes into your hand is not bread. Everything that comes into your hand is not seed. There's bread, there's seed. You need to understand your bread, you need to understand your seed and use them accordingly. That's the only way you can break through and live life at the zenith of what God has created us to live there in.